Yeah. Stokes. We in the building. South Jersey music.
What's goody? It's your boy Jerz back with another one, cause you know Raider Nation needed another one, you heard me? It's the TheYurpJerz Raiders podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, you feel me? How y'all feeling? Always feeling good when you got the Raiders on. Always feeling good when you got the Raiders on. You hear me? Yeah. So, today we gonna try something new today, you feel me? We gonna do a reaction, mock draft reaction. Shout out to my man BroShmo. If I need anything to know about the draft, I go to his channel and I watch him and and I just give my opinions. Just gonna give my opinion on what they talk about in draft and stuff, and how they feel about it. So yeah, man, stay tuned. I hope y'all like it. And yeah, we back. Yeah.
It's mock draft season. So I got a mock draft for you, not just me. I got Mr. Marcus, the franchise guy. I believe that's your last name, correct?
Yeah, I just replaced it. Yeah, I went to the legal office. Just Marcus, franchise guy. Yeah,
just like Shadow Chocinco. I love it.
Guy.
Yep.
So we're gonna be doing 2 rounds today, alternating. He's gonna be taking the odds. I'm gonna be taking the evens. If they don't know already, you want to let them know where they could find you.
Yep, it is that franchise guy on YouTube, TFG_football on Twitter. I want to say thanks for having me. I've been looking forward to this over the last couple of days. Always fun time to do a little mock draft action. It's been probably 5 or 6 days since I did one, so it's about time to kick one up.
Nice. Yeah, it's been actually probably for me a little over a week since I did a serious one. I did the wheel one, which was I'm just having fun here.
The wheels are a good time.
Yeah, the wheels are fun. And honestly, not too crazy for the most part. Like, if you keep it within reason, I guess. But that's neither here nor there.
Reach on a 3rd round prospect or anything crazy like that?
No, I do my reaches where it's like maybe just outside of like a top 50, but like, I don't know. I didn't get too crazy.
Hold on. So this is for y'all who've been asking about, y'all want to know how y'all teams is in the draft or what y'all team's going to get in the draft. So this is the closest thing I could do for y'all was do a mock draft review. You know what I mean? So shout out to BroShmo. I really rock with him. I been watching him for about a good 2 years now. And he knows his stuff. He knows his college football. So, yeah.
Like Donovan Jackson, which was like at 16. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. That was a different mock and a different lifetime.
Yeah, we'll see if we get Donovan Jackson in here today. I'm not huge. I'm not huge on Jackson. I
like him enough. Guy. I would take him in the 2nd round. I might take him in the 2nd round.
You're also a Dolphins fan, and you'll take any kind of guard in the 2nd round. So
what, they play O-line? All right. But you're going to be starting us off. This is going to be what we would do mock draft to just make it easy on us.
Yes. All right. Well, I don't think we need to overthink number 1. This is, I think, where it's likely going to go at this point. But I would take Cam Ward. Forget about everything we've heard and what they might do.
Everybody knows Cam Ward.
It's tough because you never know where you're going to be picking. You never fully know what the next year's quarterback class is going to look like either, even though we feel pretty good about next year's QB class. But I think Cam Ward's very much worthy of being the number 1 pick. I think he is that good of a quarterback prospect. He's got certainly the upside as well to look back on it and forget.
Okay, so Cam Ward, I think, will be great for Tennessee. The reason why I say he'll be great for Tennessee because they have wide receiver weapons over there. They got Calvin Ridley over there. I forgot who the other wide receiver was. But not even that. They can always get one in the draft, too, also. So, look out for them to get one of these, like, second-tier wide receivers in the draft.
All these conversations about, oh, he wasn't quite a Trevor Lawrence level, Caleb Williams level prospect. I mean, if you do hit on the upside of Cam Ward, very much could be a top 5, top 10 type of guy. So I do think in this position, is it ideal to take Cam Ward number 1? No, but I still think he's a great prospect, and I'm comfortable enough doing it. So we're going to go Cam Ward, number 1.
All right, to you, baby, to you. Hurricanes finally back at the top spot. We'll be back in the college football playoff one day. But Cleveland's interesting because, like, I don't, like, love Shador at number 2, but I don't mind it. It's like, why not?
Really?
Take a swing. Like, that team's pretty good when healthy.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like, at least defensive.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was the Cleveland Browns, I would take Shador.
And I mean, you have other parts, like you're up here. Why not take the swing? But at the same time, it's like, you got like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter sitting here looking you in the face. I think I'm going to go with Abdul Carter. I know that they brought in Joe Tryon. They've seen good things from Isaiah McGuire. I think Ogbo's still there, but Abdul Carter next to Myles Garrett, that's just terrifying.
That's sexy, man. That's fun.
That's AFC North. That's what that is.
Yep.
Before we get back to today's video, I gotta give a shout out to our friends over at Penalty Verdict. Listen, are you tired of your team getting cheated? Well, then I got some good news for you, because over at Penalty Verdict, you could vote, always comment.
D in the league, so I love that. And it makes things easy for me with the Giants at number 3, because I think if the Browns go with Travis Hunter at number 2, I think it gets harder for the Giants because, you know, Kayvon Thibodeau, high draft pick, did show some stuff at the end of last year. It's like, do we need the edge piece? It gets a little bit more murky there. The last kind of missing piece there. I talked about this in my last mock draft. Mason Graham on this Giants team actually would be a ton of fun, putting him next to Dexter Lawrence with those edge rushers. That actually is the highest upside of that defensive line, is if you go Mason Graham, I think. But this does get very easy for me at number 3 to just take Travis Hunter. It fills 2 needs for the Giants. You get a number 1 wide receiver potentially. You get another cornerback into that room. It's nice because
best player available. It's
not a spot where he has to be a full-time starter at corner. They have Giants 3 bodies. They're hoping that Banks in year 3 can figure something out there, a former first rounder that I liked a lot. But he can obviously compete in that room. Maybe you rotate him with Banks. But at wide receiver, perfect spot where Neighbors is getting all the targets. You can just have Hunter come in. He's going to draw number 2 corners. Man, it's a great spot. I'm not taking Shador here. They got Russ. I think if I'm Dable, if I'm Joe Shane, people also have said, oh, they got to take Shador to like save their job. Saving their job is going to be getting back to what they were in 2022, where Dable was scheming things up with Daniel Jones at quarterback, and the defense with Wink Martindale that year was pretty solid. You know, they don't, I don't even think, need to make the playoffs. If they go 9-8 and show a lot of signs of life, and it's not all about wins and losses too. If you look at this and say, well, with Russell Wilson, Dable actually did some really creative stuff, and he's a good coach still that they believe in. I think you very much can save your job. So you get the talent, you build up the roster, and there's going to be
I agree with everything dude just said. First of all, if you go out and get Travis Hunter and build the roster, I don't think the owner is going to mind y'all waiting, giving y'all another year, or giving the Giants another year, the head coach and GM, giving them another year to find a quarterback maybe next year or the year after that. So I agree with what bro said.
Opportunities, I think, with their second rounder to maybe have some other talks about getting a quarterback with that pick, which I think is much closer value than taking Shador at number 3.
Yeah, and you could always move back up into the first so you could get that 5th-year option anyway. So Yeah, I like that
facts.
idea of just letting the board fall and then make a play at the back end and see what happens. Man,
And
this makes the Patriots pick tough, dude.
I have one quick thing to say too.
Go for it, dude.
I like the idea for either the Browns or the Giants. If you don't take Shador at 2 or 3, you could potentially pair Travis Hunter with Shador and really create that buzz in a trade up situation, because now it's going to get really interesting. But
this is the biggest secret of 2025, and they don't want you to know about this.
If you get injured in an
Yeah,
Please
that
take
Browns
it away.
pick is so wide
That's a
open.
little bit too
Like
much. I don't
between
know
those
about
two,
that, though.
because like I think you have Greg Newsome and MJ Emerson on their final years, and I mean,
Yeah.
they could always move. Like I wouldn't move Denzel Ward. Ward's still playing good football, but like,
Yeah.
you could, just because your cap situation sucks. But man, New England Patriots. I feel like I'm just gonna kind of go with Tetairoa McMillan. You brought in Stephon Diggs, you have Pop Douglas, so now it's like, okay, Drake London, we have given you weapons, or Drake London, Drake freaking May. I do this all the time. I was so happy that I didn't.
well, haven't you
call,
heard Tet McMillan is Drake London?
I've heard he is Drake London light. Drake London if he didn't have a mean streak.
Heard,
But
that
I mean,
he's
I actually
Drake
like that
London, but I
because
don't know
Ted's kind of a
about that.
hard guy to comp. Like, I kind of went with like, oh, he's Drake London-ish, esque. But do you have a because you already put out your wide receivers video?
Oh yeah. Let's see. What do I have written in there right now? He is one of these guys for sure that I just have AJ Green in there right now as my comp. But I mean, he is. I've said that he
I can see
is
Tetairoa McMillan
best-
going to New
the best
England, though.
versions of Mike Evans plus Drake London without their downsides. Like I think he's got more long speed than Drake London, which is his weakness.
Yeah.
And he's got more shiftiness and route running ability to run the whole route tree than Mike Evans. So I've thought about like the whole love child of Mike Evans and Drake London comp. But I mean, I hate all this talk of Tet like not being a reach with the 4th pick.
Yeah,
I
right?
totally disagree. He's my 3rd best player in this draft, and
I got him at
think
4.
It's a no-brainer. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer for the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I do think by the Patriots getting Stephon Diggs can help Tetairoa McMillan, and you know, like he said with the Giants and Travis Hunter, with Malik Neighbors, you know that he's going to get Stephon Diggs is going to get most of the targets. So you just let Tetairoa McMillan do what he got to do until he develops into that really good receiver that you know they picture him when they draft him.
It's at 4.
Yeah, like I think someone like put up like no receiver that ran a 4.5 or higher has gone in the top 10. I was like, dude, Drake London didn't run it at all.
Yeah,
for one,
he
and
would
then-
not have.
Marvin Harrison
may
Jr.
not
was going to
have-
be close.
Yeah.
So like,
They also accidentally omitted Mike Williams on that tweet.
oh, did they
It was
really?
like
That's
a 4
funny.
5 5. DeAndre Hopkins was maybe outside of that age or that year range potentially,
Yeah.
but he was like 4 5 6.
What
Like,
was okay? I don't know why I keep confusing where D Hop went in the first round with Sammy Watkins.
oh yeah, Watkins went like 4th overall.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, if he never got hurt,
Yeah, I mean,
been
yeah,
worth
yeah,
that.
he
Yeah.
would have been nice. Yeah, I'm going with Tet McMillan. There,
like
they could figure out left tackle. I think that like at the early part of the second round, there's going to be some good options.
potentially, yeah. All right, Jacksonville. I'm gonna go Mason Graham.
It's chalk.
That's
Chalk
pretty
it up.
easy for me. Yeah, it's chalk. If he's there, they need interior help. We'll see. You know what they can get from the other Mason.
I want us to go Jeanty right here. This see all them picks that it's just set us up to get either Shador or Ashton Jeanty. But to be honest, as much as I want Shador, Ashton Jeanty just makes more sense. In this situation with us, he just makes more sense. So yeah, I'm my personal opinion, my pick. I'm going Ashton Jeanty. So let's see what they do.
Geez, from LSU last year, 2nd round pick, Mason Smith. Yeah, we'll see. He did some stuff late last season, so I'm not entirely writing him off. But you got Eric Armstead getting up there in age. It's an easy pick to go Graham at 5.
Yeah, they did a lot in the secondary this offseason, whether I liked it or not. But
yeah,
man, dude,
come on, BroShmo. Now, see, this is why they don't understand the picks that we made were actually sneaky good, really sneaky good.
I don't know how Eric Murray's still a starter in the league. Like, fine depth guy, but
yeah, his safety's weird because you can basically just get by. Like,
man, I don't know who Eric Murray is. I don't even know. He doesn't play for us.
Shedeur at 2 or 3, you could potentially pair Travis Hunter with Shedeur and really create that buzz in a trade up situation, because now it's going to get really interesting. But
yeah, love, but
yeah, his safety's weird because you can basically just get by with a vet that's not a horrible athlete, that's a decent tackler, that's going to be in the right place. He's not a playmaker.
Xavier Woods has made a living off that, being like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
I am the best Band-Aid you could get.
Exactly, spot on.
Yeah. Raiders, it's hard not to go Ashton Jeanty here. Like, Genty's just so fun.
Yeah,
that's an ascendant offensive line. Some Raiders fans are like coming out with like, oh, we still need a right tackle. I was like, Glaze was pretty solid last year for a 3rd round rookie.
Yeah.
Glaze was really good for us. And I think he's gonna have a really good second solid year. So yeah.
Send it with him.
I'd be fine if you went O-line, but yeah, I think Glaze is a tradesy player. Like, I'm willing to kind of wait and see what he can do at right tackle.
Yeah, if anything, like I came away like, oh wow, he's further along than I expected.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna go with Ashton Jeanty, and then there's gonna be because their corners, such a big question mark. Maybe you could do something with that in the 2nd round. I'm not even thinking of quarterback.
I disagree. I think our corners is pretty solid. So yeah, I disagree. I got to push back on that. I think our secondary, our corners is pretty solid, especially getting Jacorian Bennett back healthy. Jack Jones in a better situation with the coaching staff. Like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, the coaching staff is going to play a big part in us having success.
I don't know. Get Will Howard in the 3rd, I guess. Pair him up with Chip.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm not taking Shedeur at 6 there. I just don't think that's where they want to be right now. They want to kind of reset the culture with Geno. He's going to get an extension.
Oh, absolutely.
Who would you, I agree with the Jeanty pick, but just to give Raiders fans a little something, a
little something
for me,
different.
I think my pick, if it's not him, is probably Will Johnson.
Yeah. It's just, when's, I don't know when his private workout is, and medicals are going to be so big for him. Because it's 2023, which he played hurt too. Right. Is so vastly different than 2024 had a little hiccups here and there, but he started the year great. Had I think it was a shoulder injury in the USC game, came back, then got the toe injury. Then it was
I didn't watch anything after the USC game. I just watched 2023 and the games.
Yeah, I think his game against Washington was kind of it was hit or miss.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love Will Johnson. I think I would like him there. I don't know where else I would go there. If Mason Graham was still on the board, he would
Mason
be in consideration.
Graham was there, or Tet.
Ted, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, if the board falls this way, I think you go Jeanty, and I think that's what they will do too. Not to make your pick for you, but you already made it.
No, yeah, I already ran the ticket in.
You like the NFL draft. Matter of fact, you love the NFL draft, which means you're going to love my draft guide.
Things are probably going to play out, and he's kind of like the perfect sort of replacement for my guy Morgan Moses there at right tackle. And I actually really like that offensive line after you go Membu. So kind of chalky, but it's chalky for a reason.
I think that's the best.
Yeah, if they want to protect their new quarterback in Justin Fields, I think they're gonna have to. I will go tackle and get Armin Membow right here.
About to go if Mason Graham's not there. It's like you look at the offensive line on paper, and it's like you really just need right tackle. They even brought in your boy Josh Myers just in case Tippmann doesn't step. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that he lasted as long as he did at the in free agency.
Yeah. Cheap, 1 year, $3 million deal. League not a fan, and
I don't disagree.
Really blame them. The Packers system does a lot to help those interior guys, but
yeah,
good depth nonetheless. And he's field center in college too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even connect that.
Yep,
it's wild. With the Panthers here, So I spun the wheel this last week and I got offense, and Tet was, I think, already off the board. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I want to get speed at wide receiver. I'm going to go with Matthew Golden. This is too, in reality, I think it's too rich for me here in the top 10. Maybe not, but I still think pass rush, Clowney is how old? It feels like Clowney's been in the league for 20 years.
He's probably one of those guys that's younger than we think.
Yeah, right. Because I mean,
he might only be 30. Oh, he's 32. No, he's 32.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I think Wonham and Jones, they're good rotation guys. They're that good third pass rusher, but I don't see an edge two. And I love Mike Green. Hopefully, all that character stuff is a thing of the past. Hopefully, some of the because I know there's some.
Okay, so if they're gonna say, off the field issues, and they're gonna go edge, I know Mike Green is really good. He's a really, really good pass rusher, but why not just go with the best pass rusher in James Pierce Jr.? I don't understand that. They both had off the field issues. I think they both can clean it up, but why not go with the best pass rusher in this scenario if they're gonna go that route?
Cloudiness with what happened in Virginia, because I always go back to I think it was written by the Virginia Pilot. It was and it was an anonymous source. He wasn't questioned about it. They had the no nonsense policy, so it was hey, we're suspending you regardless. So it's there's enough where I don't have enough context on that. It's it's kind of hard to say, but this dude's tape's just so good. He was great at the Senior Bowl. Got to call out on day 3. So I love that and him here.
Okay, no, I like that, and I always end up going wide receiver for them. So I'm curious to see how that kind of impacts things with all these there's all these teams that need edge from 15 to 20 ish. So with
it's a good year to need edge
earlier here. Yeah. So no, I like it. If you're comfortable with the off-field stuff, I think that's probably the best pick they can make. Though I still love the idea of Luther Burden there, but
I do like me Luther Burden, man. That 2024 season, it sucks that he just has that stank of it. They
but it wasn't even that bad. I don't get.
It wasn't, but
he still led college football in missed tackles force. He still had 800, 900 receiving yards.
I am a sucker for a receiver with yak. I am a absolute. That's why I loved Malik Neighbors so much last year.
You're saying you like a good rack?
Well, you haven't seen my wife,
now,
but
whoa now.
Anyway, Saints up at number 9.
Speaking of a good rack.
Yeah. So I mean, is there anything that could talk me out of taking Will Campbell here?
I feel like this team is like, no, we're probably going offensive line. They brought back Chase Young. They brought in.
They better go.
I guess they're one. Like you lose Will Harris and you bring in Justin Reed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and you look at where Kellen Moore's coming from. Like,
yeah,
he wants that offensive line to run his offense. It's just like, I don't understand why. Like, most Saints fans are on board with it, but it's just like hometown. Like, isn't he like a legit like Louisiana guy too? Like, I've heard his accent. He sounds like he's from that area. He's from Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe.
I don't know, man. It's just, plus the fact that they're still kind of sorting through like where everybody's gonna play. Like Penning was like a good run blocker, still has the traits, like former first round pick. Like maybe they want to give him another year at tackle, but I mean, Will Campbell can just play wherever you need him to. It just makes total sense. So we're gonna go Campbell at 9.
Yeah, I feel like if Tet was there, then I'd be tempted just because it'd be something different in that wide receiving core.
You give a tackle or
I mean, I would take Tet to every team from 5 to 9. I would take him for Jacksonville. I'd take him for the Raiders. I would take him for the Jets. I would take him for the Panthers easily. I would take him for the Saints at 9. Like, I'm that high on Tet.
I will be shocked if he makes it out of the top 10. Like.
Me too.
Like I think like mock drafts have gotten crazy. Like I saw him go to like.
Only way I would get Terrell McMillan if we trade back, and not still in the top 10, like out of the top 10. Until he can show me he can separate, even though he runs a 4.3, I'm still not,
The Chargers in one, and then I saw him go as far to like Washington. I was like, what are we doing here?
You're telling me that the Panthers wouldn't take him at 8? Like, come on.
That's wild.
They would run that pick up to the podium.
Yeah. Golly, dude, the Bears are in such a beautiful trade down spot at this point in the draft. Like, they could do a variety of just different things and be okay with it. Just gonna talk this one out real quick. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, the Bears is set up nice. They solidified their offensive line through the free agency. I remember us doing that in 2016. I remember the Raiders doing that in 2016, getting Rodney Hudson, Kelechi Osemele, drafting Gabe Jackson. So yeah. The Bears gonna be something nice this year.
Let's talk it out.
Yeah,
I'm down for trades.
Oh man, we're really gonna get in the boonies then. So
I was just thinking. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Speak your piece. I got a couple of avenues here.
They have more picks than I thought. I was thinking they were a team that didn't have a lot of picks. They're missing a 4th and a 6th, but they have 2 7th and then 2 seconds. So
the 2 early seconds too.
Yeah.
So it's like you could really do whatever. Like if Jeanty's not here, then cool, screw it. Go if you want to get a running back, go get it at 39 or 41.
Mm-hmm.
But like Malachi Starks pops into my head here. Because you got Bayard, I think has one more year. Brisker had the concussion down the line.
Yeah,
down the stretch there.
They're not sure his availability. They're not sure like what his year's going to look like.
Yeah, we've seen Jahad Campbell get pumped up quite a bit, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind getting off the contract of whether it's an Edwards or a Edmonds. So like I think those are 2 possibilities. Tyler Warren, I mean, you could run a lot of 12. They brought in Zacchaeus to come in and be the slot there. Keenan Allen's still floating around out there if you want to bring him back. So like I don't think Tyler Warren's out of the realm of possibility either for this pick.
No.
And again, Braxton Jones, like I feel like if you are going to get an offensive lineman, you probably should move Braxton Jones because like I think he could fetch a really good price. It's just that team probably needs to extend him. But oh golly, like okay, if there was going to be a mover, who do you think it would be? Like someone trying to move up?
Interior.
I would say
Safety.
probably someone coming up for Banks.
Yeah, because I could see like the Niners potentially getting Banks. They've kind of gone away from the wide zone in like the last couple of years. Like that's actually one of my favorite Banks spots. If I don't go like defensive interior, it's for the Niners. Golly, then who is making that jump for Banks? Cardinals? I mean, Seahawks, they have ammo if they want to move, but that's like a wide zone.
Seahawks would probably be. I actually like the Seahawks. Yeah.
All right, you want to play with the trade here?
Let's do it.
Send it.
All right, they playing with a trade. Let's see.
All right, so we got the Seahawks. They're moving. Oh man, dude. I know the people love trades too so much. I love my comment section telling me this trade will never happen. It's like, dude, trade value every year. It's different every year. It's different from team to team. I feel like we've seen every trade under the sun when it comes to like this team giving up this to move up this many spots. So it's like, I don't even get too crazy. I'm just going to go to the NFL draft trade chart. See what they say this may or may not cost. So the 18 is not.
See, this is why I like BroShmo, because he do his homework. You feel me? He ain't gonna just put out no stupid behind trade. He's gonna do a trade that makes sense. So shout out to BroShmo, man. He be knowing what he doing.
900. They would need 400 to move up, so that would be like literally be pick 50 to move up.
Yeah.
Right.
Or yeah. I mean, that's what you got for DK.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not cheap, but I don't think you're getting Banks at 18. And in my opinion, at least, there is a pretty big drop off after him. And he's going to be able to play guard for the time being.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm not a huge Abe Lucas, like long-term solution type of guy. If it happens, that's great. And then Banks can be your long-term guard.
I love Abe Lucas. It's just the health. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's insurance against that.
Yeah. And their interior is so bad. It's so bad. They're gonna rival the Texans when it comes to like offensive interior.
Facts.
It's not a good place to be.
When Lucas was out last year, that right tackle spot was the biggest liability any team had.
You had like Forsythe.
It was so bad. Like they had the Aiden Hutchinson like 15 pressure game. Like,
golly, you want to talk about that? That would have been your defensive player of the year right there.
Oh yeah,
if you didn't get hurt. Golly, he was just eating against very mid offensive lines.
Yeah.
All right, we're going Banks.
All right.
Niners on
Banks to Seattle in the trade up.
Yeah. That's a good pickup right there for them.
So Niners up at 11.
They new quarterback also.
I have it on good word that they're going interior defensive line here, and I agree.
Now, I agree with him. They need whoever on that defensive line because they lost like 11 players on defense. So I won't be shocked if San Fran really go. I won't be shocked if they go defensive heavy in this draft this year.
I think Solid needs some guys that can cause some chaos in the inside of that D-line. I think what fits them best is Walter Nolan.
I love
the
it.
athleticism, the bend, the leverage, the motor. He just screams Niner to me. So I'm going to keep making this pick, especially with the tackles off the board. But even with guys like Banks, I think Nolan's their pick there. So
I love Nolan so much. I've been seeing corner so much to the Niners. I was like,
I think it's crazy.
They just pay.
I see it all the time, and I'm like, there's
like,
no way.
Ronaldo Green was pretty solid last year for a second rounder. Like, yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, they need to go trenches.
Dude, their trenches are desolate.
Plus, they're right about what they're saying. And to add to what they're saying, they also got Robert Saleh back, which plays a big part on the Niners defense, because when he wasn't there and he was coaching the Jets, their defense struggled.
Edge, DT, lineman, like there's no way they're taking a corner with the 11th pick. That's just not how Shanahan's built either. Like,
yeah. You gotta imagine Saleh, he shows back up like, what happened?
What happened? What did you do? It's the walking in with the pizza and the house is on fire.
Yeah. Golly, Dallas Cowboys, man, on the clock. Bevy of things we can do here. Wide receiver always like jumps into my mind. I love this as like a Burden or Golden spot. Just get someone for CeeDee Lamb that's not Jake Ferguson. Like, Ferguson's fine. I love Ferguson and whatnot, but like you need someone else there. Like Tolbert's, he had moments last year, but like he had wide receiver 3 moments.
Yeah, he can still be a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, exactly. That would be perfect. You can maybe like they brought in so many of these former first rounders. Is this what Jerry meant by going all in? Oh yeah, I brought in a bunch of these first rounders.
Yeah, seriously.
And like, you can't tell me, you can't put Kenneth Murray in there and say like, oh yeah, our linebacker problem, we're fine. Hopefully Overshown will come back now.
They did pick up Sanborn. Did you see that?
I did, dude.
Yeah.
So like a few years ago, I heard he was dating Taylor Swift. I'm pretty sure it was just like a fake rumor. But I was like, out of all people, Sanborn? What? I didn't know your game was like
crazy. And it's like a 10-year age gap too, which is weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yes.
So you go Burden or Golden?
Man, that's a toughie. That is a toughie. Dude, I love the idea of Burden here just because of that yak ability. But keeping Golden in Texas, he's never been anywhere else. He was at Houston, he was at Texas. I really like, I just feel like he's got that. I know he's not necessarily the biggest guy, but he feels so much bigger than what he is. He sees ball, he attacks ball. I think he's a really good route runner. His 40 times a mystery. Like, I didn't think he was slow, but I didn't think he was like sub 4.3. That's just wild to me. I don't know. Maybe Isaiah Bonds secretly ran his 40.
Yeah, they just swapped. I don't know.
Yeah, Bonds getting all this hate. He was like, no, that was me too. That was me too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Golden. Just keep the Texas guy in Dallas.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Bad pick.
All right,
that's a good 10.
Picking for your Miami Dolphins.
Just pick the fastest guy on the board. We're good.
Personally, I would love to trade down.
I would too, but that's not in our DNA apparently.
Is there anybody that would jump the Colts
for Tyler
Warren?
They need to protect Tua.
Well, maybe not the Broncos anymore.
Ooh, no, Evan Ingram is not a tight end. Like, I'm not even kidding. He played 91% of his snaps as a slot wide receiver. He's gonna play.
Was it that much?
Yeah, he's gonna play that like,
wild.
Or maybe I'm mixing him up with Mike Gesicki. No, it was either him
I
or
mean,
Mike
to be fair, Gesicki, that's a big slot right there. That's a big slot.
But in Sean Payton's offense, you think of, I mean, obviously Jimmy Graham, but like the way they use Michael Thomas, Marquise Colston, Jawan Johnson, like that is a big slot receiver role. Like I would be surprised if he plays more than 20% of his snaps with his hand in the dirt. I'm actually like basically just going to start talking about him as a wide receiver in that offense, I think. So to me, they still need a tight end. It's the thought of putting him now in that group with Evan Ingram. They've been connected to Keenan Allen as well.
No. See, I got to push back on what he's saying. They need offensive linemen before Tua keep getting his head cracked in. They really need to be running to a podium to go and get an offensive lineman. No cap.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're considering they're like if you're not, I feel like I don't know. It's kind of weird with the receiving group. It's like they might feel like they're fine enough that they can go do that. Like they have kind of this revolving door of Vele and Mims and Franklin.
Mims played well down the stretch too.
Yeah,
man, I think Tyler Warren's a huge missing piece in that offense.
I'm not against it.
And Sean Payton, I know that's your pick, so you have to make the final call to do it. But I'm trying to sell you on it.
I wouldn't be mad about it if I were the Broncos. I mean, they also got the running back concern there, but they pick at 51. You're probably, depending on how the running back class falls.
Could probably get picked.
We got
98
trade,
back.
We got another trade.
So if we did,
see, 50. It's 300.
So you got a 300-point difference.
Yeah.
Pick 51 is a 390 points, and then pick 98 is 108. So I mean, I would do that for Miami.
Oh no! If I'm Miami, I would take almost any and all like trade downs.
Yeah. And then throw me an extra pick in like the 6th round.
Yeah,
because the Broncos have a couple extra picks. So let's go 20 and 51 and 191 from Arizona for the edge rusher trade. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but irrelevant for pick 13 and 98.
Okay, I'm up for it. Especially the Dolphins, dude.
Was accepted in the simulator without forcing it.
There we go. Yeah, because I mean that's gonna be the sweet spot if Tyler Warren makes it like out of the top 10. It's like, okay, we gotta just jump the Colts. We're not afraid of the Colts training up. They never do.
Right. They never do. And Sean Payton does all the time. So I love that. I love that. And this allows you to pick for your Dolphins at pick 20.
There we go.
We are experts. We are experts.
Oh, of course.
Tyler Warren to the Broncos.
All right, you're up on the board now, right? Oh no, this is me. I'm the Colts.
This is you. You're the Colts.
Holy crap! That's right. I would be picking for the Broncos, but they moved up. Well, yeah. If it falls this way, oh dang! I keep forgetting that they brought in Cameron Bynum. So I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, Malachi Starks, right? This makes sense.
Yeah, they're probably okay at safety.
Yeah,
Nick Cross is coming along.
Yeah, so I still think then now you look at the front 7, you can make a case for Jahad Campbell potentially, but I think I'd rather go with something along the defensive line. Question is specifically what? Am I going interior? Am I going edge? I mean, the edge group is still pretty thick at this point. We've only seen 2 guys go.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the Colts need to strengthen up that offensive line also. I'm saying offensive line because I done seen a couple of these quarterbacks last year run for their life. Anthony Richardson ran for his life. Who else needed? The Dolphins. They got them trading back, so hopefully we can see them get in the offensive line to protect Tua.
With D-line, 2 guys already going, now it's like, and it creeps into my head, okay, if I want to jump on one of these guys, maybe this is the spot to do it at.
Buckner's 31, Stewart is 31, and turns 32 this year.
Yeah. And Stewart's always been more of a run defender anyway.
Yeah.
So like, I think Kenneth Grant makes a world of sense here.
It's kind of funny because whoever you take, it's like either Stewart or Buckner are like, shit, like I'm out. Because if you go Grant, then Grover Stewart's like, well, I guess they're replacing the nose tackle. If you take Derek Harmon, then Buckner's like, dang it, they're replacing the 3-tech.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think I'm probably going to go with Grant. That way you could kind of ease him in, kind of just have him, hey, go in there and just wreak havoc when we need you to. And eventually you will replace Grover Stewart, though. Yeah. Stewart has stuck around on that team longer than I thought. I thought he'd be a free agent much sooner. Not because he's like bad or anything, just like I just feel like he would get outpriced at some point.
Yeah.
For that roster.
Yeah. Lou Anarumo had his best success back when he had DJ Reader as well. So kind of try to groom him into that. Could see it. Okay, Falcons at 15. Which edge rusher are we taking? I mean, to be fair, they could go interior as well. It's really they just need someone to get after the quarterback, man. Got all these guys they've invested in. I don't particularly believe in any of them.
Oh, not at all. They brought in Leonard Floyd, the problem solved.
So I will say, I don't know if I'm for sure going to make this pick, but I do think that Raheem Morris really wants to replicate what his old defense did last year with the Rams, with the stunts and the power rusher and like being able to just scheme up the pass rush with all these different body types. I think you look at bringing in Leonard Floyd as a looper and Morgan Fox as this kind of penetrating 3-tech, plus what they did at the end of last year. That's to me the plan they want to go with. And I do actually really think Shamar Stewart as just a scheme up, like just compress the pocket. We're gonna loop in, some athletic guys behind you, whether it's Ruka Roro or Morgan Fox. Would not be surprised if he is their guy at 15. Still rich for me, but that's probably the starting point. James Pierce has some alleged questions of maturity.
Yeah.
It is early for me on Ezeraku. I know he's got a lot of fans out there. I don't know that I see a potential number 1 in Ezeraku like I do in someone like James Pierce. This is hard, man.
It gets tricky with the edge position at this part of the first round.
I would have loved to just get Mike Green because I think he's the most complete guy. I'm between Pierce and Shamar Stewart.
Yeah, I think the guys that tested extremely well at the combine kind of makes sense.
Yeah, if I was
one of them goes top 20.
Pierce Jr.
Yeah. Man. Do you take the hardworking, theoretically hardworking guy, or the guy that actually knows how to play football that has character concerns?
Yeah, man. Pierce is going to be so fascinating where he goes.
Yeah. I wish I had more. I wish I had more inside, ability to talk to Pierce and pick his brain. But
right. He had.
Stewart, I'm going to take.
Oh, go for it.
I'm going to take Shamar Stewart. I'm gonna do it. It's a very peak. I have a first to a second round grade on him. He's like 26th on my big board, so that's a little bit early. But I'm gonna believe in our defensive coach here, that is our head coach, that he can be a schemer, get the pass rush schemed up, and he really is gonna be able to do exactly what I described there. Just blow shit up and scheme up the rush around him, and hopefully that lifts everybody else up.
That's right. What's that saying? A rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah,
it's a good saying. I like it.
It is.
Arizona Cardinals. I have also pegged this as a potential like Jahad Campbell spot, just because like linebacker, they're just kind of their big move at linebackers bring in a backup for the Bengals and Akeem. Is it Gaither Davis?
Yep, Davis Gaither.
Yeah, Davis Gaither. Dude, Mac Wilson was nice last year. I feel like they've done enough on the defense defensive line for the most part. I mean, you go out, get Sweat. And then, honestly, the cherry on top was Tomlinson coming in.
Yeah, for sure.
You could always talk about maybe offensively they want to do something, but it's like, yeah, it feels like they've invested a lot in the offense in recent drafts with guys like Marvin Harrison Jr., Paris Johnson. Yeah, I think I like the idea of Jahad Campbell. Like, if we're gonna, if this hype train is legit, he should be ready by the start of the season because I guess he just had surgery on his labrum.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go with Jahad Campbell. I mean, interesting piece that you can literally do a lot of different things with. They had him stay behind with the pass rushers at the combine and work out. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, if you're looking for probably a better Zaven Collins, this is probably it.
Sure. I think it's fine. It's fine. I like going O-line for them, but I agree. I think Campbell very much in play for them.
Yeah, I look at that left guard spot and it's just like I have a hard time pulling the trigger for guard early.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I'm gonna go James Pierce Jr. for the Bengals at 17. I love that fit. They need edge. Whether they keep, Jesus, the name recall's already slipping off here. 40 minutes into the recording. Trey Hendrickson. Whether they keep him or not, you still need another guy.
That guy that led the league in sacks last year.
Yeah, that dude. And this is a team that has been willing to roll the dice on potential character stuff too. So.
Okay. And I think this kind of like set up pretty well for the Bears. Because Malachi Starks is there. People are going to be a
Will
little...
Johnson.
And Will Johnson.
He's just falling.
Dang. Yeah, because I mean, you look at that corner too, and it's like it's kind of been 16. What you had Stevenson kind of in and out the lineup with Terrell Smith last year.
I think that's really good.
Yeah. Right here. They like Terrell Smith.
Yeah.
But
which I don't blame him. I like Terrell Smith coming out of what is it? Minnesota, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's up to you. I think either are phenomenal picks. It's your call.
I think you're getting probably the safer option would be Starks. I think he comes in and he's going to be good. He's going to be solid. He's top safety. People kind of over exaggerate like, oh, he didn't run that well. It's like, I mean, he had like, I think the first or second, like with the zebra times on the field drills, he was constantly first and second. So it's like, he moves well. Like
he ran a 4.5, 1.5, 110.
I think people look at the agility drills and they're like, oh, this guy can't move. It's like, he can move. He can move. Yeah. Let's stop. But that's funny. Just again, with the concussion concerns with Brisker, and then you got Bayard on his final deal or final year. Yeah, I'm going to send it.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Okay, Tampa at 19. I'm going to stop the Will Johnson slide here.
Dang, dude, because I was about to take I was going to do it for the Dolphins.
He'd be nice for the Dolphins at 20. I'm going to stop the slide. It's not their most pressing need.
I knew it.
But it is coming down the pipeline for them. I know they were debating what they were going to do with Jamel Dean this year. It looks like they're going to keep him, but this is probably his last year there. And Zion's a stud on the outside, but I think he's too talented to pass up at this position here at 19.
All right. Thank you very much. That is that. All right, man, I would have loved him for the Dolphins. I would have loved him. Kind of is what it is. Dolphins here, like Gray Zabel jumps to mind. I think Jahdae Barron now with Will Johnson off the board. Some of that, honestly, you could kind of play like, I think, Devon Witherspoon. You could play him inside and out. And I think he'd be a good fit. I think he's more of that kind of like cerebral type, word that I have difficulty saying, for kind of that quarters heavy system there. I think I like what I can get at guard in round 2. Okay. That if I could dodge kind of the injury concerns of those like round 2 corners, then I probably want to. So I'm going to go with Barron here.
To the Bucks is really good.
And I mean, hey, shoot. I think Barron, honestly, I think Barron could play like safety as well.
A top 10 pick, but the injuries is
the Dolphins safety group kind of sucks.
You keep hearing about injuries.
I mean, we're going Ashton Davis. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, Ashton Davis has got some potential.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's gonna be freaking
mostly kidding, but kind of not kidding.
All over the second.
If he was like our third safety, I'd be okay. But
to me,
I wanted to just let you talk there, but I don't like that for the Dolphins personally.
No,
because I just don't think Jeanty is as good as people say. I that's just my own take. I'm like kind of standing on my own island against the Jeanty Barron hype train.
Go to
love him as a slot,
Steelers,
but as we know, like that position is a little more of like a second round value type of deal. Outside, I was like just waiting to see it, and I'm like, I thought he was for the Trent McDuffie comps I see out there. I thought he was super tight. I thought he was super tight hipped. I thought his feet were slow. Anytime someone tries to like cross his face, he resorts to grabbing. He didn't trust his feet because he doesn't have good feet. So I really don't like him as an outside corner. Like if it's just an outside corner grade, I see him as like a third round guy. Love his toughness. Love what he can do in the slot. I think he can bump and run. Absolutely play that like star slot, like, K'Wan Williams type. But I just don't think you need to take that at 20. And I also think the world of Gray Zabel for them in that system.
I wouldn't mind Zabel there either.
If I'm a Dolphins fan and you make that pick, I'm like, all right, like Jaday's fun. He's an upgrade from what's his name in the slot? Kader Coho, who's a nice player, but
I mean he's fine, but like I think I make the pick there thinking he's gonna be a slot or maybe play a little bit of safety because like I thought. In 2023, that's when he was at his best. Like he was, I mean, he had interceptions. He had big plays on.
See, when BroShmo made that pick, like he said, he thought he could play a little bit of slot or safety. First person that came to my mind was the replacement of Javon Holland. So, yeah.
Outside, but like I think 2023, he had like fumble return for a touchdown interception. He was just constantly a playmaker the closer he was to the football.
Yeah. Okay. So we haven't even mentioned Shedeur Sanders.
I totally forgot he was on the board.
It's funny what happens when a couple of QB needy teams pass on the guy and then you remember you're talking about a late first, early second round caliber prospect. I still think Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh.
Where else can he go?
Seriously, Minnesota maybe.
I
don't know.
That sounds like the only other place.
Yeah, or just sit and wait to see if someone gets hurt. But
do you think he signs before the draft?
I think Pittsburgh makes him make a decision before the draft because they know the scenario is possible that they could potentially, make some calls to go get Shedeur. And I don't hate Shedeur there. I certainly don't love him there. I just don't think he throws a great deep ball. And putting him with Pickens and Metcalf, it's like a lot of clashing in terms of like the fit there.
Why car accident victims who know this one thing receive 6- and 7-figure payouts?
Like Shedeur is at his best, kind of getting the ball out quickly and kind of, picking the middle of the field apart. It's just not Arthur Smith's offense and it's not those receivers. So it's kind of a weird fit. So I don't hate the idea of sitting him, like drafting him here to sit behind Rodgers for a year. Personally, I think like Dart honestly probably fits that offense better.
That's all Dart did was throw 15 yards down the field.
Yeah, just pair him back up with an Ole Miss wide receiver. But if you're signing Rodgers, like I want to go for it. Like who's on the board that is going to help us win the most games with Rodgers? Love Derek Harmon here. I love a corner. I don't know there's a great value at corner for them, but they do need, I think Trey Amos is super high floor impact starter for them. You could just go full send, bring in Luther Burden.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was Pittsburgh, I'd seeing that Shadur's still on the board, I will go and get Shadur, or I will go and get Jackson Dart, whoever they like.
And just have crazy playmaking.
That's kind of a fun fit too.
He gives you a little bit of something they don't have. You got options. Well, I'm just gonna pull up their depth chart real quick. Because that's right. They brought in Darius Slay. They got Joey Porter. Honestly, Jahdae Barron for them. With all that said, like putting him into that nickel spot would definitely work for me. Could see them doing some fun stuff with Eman Wari too, but it's too early for me to take him.
Yeah.
Or I got it. Amarian Hampton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We forget about the running backs. I'm gonna go Amarian Hampton for them.
Yeah, we forget about Fedor. We forget about everybody in that backfield.
Yeah,
apparently.
It's a good class, man. It's a good class. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the running back, Amarian Hampton. You don't have a second round pick, so you can't really capitalize on that like sweet spot in this draft. So let's take him at 21, and offense is kind of complete.
Yeah. Hampton would have definitely been a consideration here. It's just Jim Harbaugh, I just don't think that they probably believe that, like, hey, we could take a day 2 running back or even a day 3 running back and be okay with Najee there. I just don't think they invest in the position like that.
Wait, we were just picking for Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, I personally would have done it, but then I think Harbaugh and that organization, they believe they could, like, I might have passed on Hampton if he was still available there.
I'm confused, though, because Harbaugh is the coach of the Chargers.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I would have taken, like, Hampton if you didn't take him there.
I see.
I would have considered it, but also, yes. Sorry, I'm just speaking out loud. My brain works in mysterious ways, my wife tells me.
You're good.
Colson Loveland seems like the option. I know they brought in Conklin, but like I'm kind of like whoop-de-doo. Okay, kind of is what it is. Harbaugh gets a Harbaugh guy. Luther Burden, I personally, I think I might go with him over Loveland. They brought in Mike Williams. They don't really have that yak guy. I know some people are like, "Whoa, Ladd McConkey." I was like, Ladd McConkey does a lot of different things, though.
Yeah,
and like Burden, you could do Greg Roman and Burden. They could do some fun stuff with that. They could, hey, let's get this guy on a reverse. Matter of fact, Najee needs a rest. Burden, you're in the backfield.
You ever watch Debo tape? That's
right.
Get in there.
I like that better. Sorry. I mean, dude, hey, Harbaugh passed on a bunch of Michigan guys last year. So I'm going to go with Luther Burden.
Ugh, that kills me as a Packers fan. That kills me.
My bad.
Okay. So Burden.
I think it might be fair to talk about potential like Giant or Brown trade ups.
Jeanty at 6.
I would do that.
I'm hoping
if I'm the Packers,
make a Booker drop to the second round.
So who's paying more? Because you actually kind of hold the cards, right?
Of this video.
If both teams are on the phone here,
you
can kind of be like, hey, I got the Giants on the other line. You got to throw in.
What are we doing here? The Browns, I think, have way more capital off the top of my head. I'm looking right now. Oh, okay, it's not. No, okay, maybe not.
I have a proposal because I control the Browns, but because I'm picking for my Packers here, I want to throw this to you.
Drinking warm water before bed balances blood sugar levels and reverses type 2. Thousands of people.
Throw it to me.
I want your first next year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm 33. I'll give you 54 back.
I feel like this is the Saints moving up to get.
But I'll give you pick 54
Marcus
back.
Davenport. I think at this juncture, if you are getting the quarterback, you probably throw that first.
I also need 104. Your 4th round pick. Because I'm getting out of the second round in this situation. So I need another pick around the top 100.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this would be the Browns. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like. I mean, yeah. Either one of these squads, because it's like you might not live to see another year.
It's an overpay for the Browns, but because I have the Giants in the other line, that's why you got to pay more.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, dude, rookie quarterback, that helps kind of siphon a lot of those salary cap concerns moving forward. Yeah, I'm down to do that from the Browns.
Okay.
So we are future first. We're exchanging 33 and
104. So 33, 104.
So I'm taking right now the Browns. They're having the Browns make a trade, and I'm thinking they're going to go and get Shedeur
from Cleveland and the future first for 23 and 54.
All right, there we go. It has been done, and Shedeur is a Cleveland Brown.
Yep, there you go. Like I said,
to pair him back up with. Oh wait, no, I took Abdul Carter.
And that's an upside play for the Packers. Like, it does sting to lose the second, right? Because those are two potential starters for you.
Put themselves back in.
The shot at getting a potential top 10 pick next year from Cleveland is worth.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And if anything, you probably feel better about the. Well, no, you lose your second rounder in this case too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and you're better on next year's class to be better anyway. It's fine.
So Shedeur.
Yeah, Shedeur. The pick is in. Now I got the Minnesota Vikings here on the clock. All right. A lot of these top guys have now come off the board.
Shout out my bro 10. We finna see who the Vikings get, bro. We finna see who the Vikings get.
From the Vikings, like Gray Zabel is a very interesting option here, in my opinion. I think they're probably fine with Brandel, but with like Will Fries coming off the injury, oh my gosh, Ryan Kelly, there we go. He's gonna miss games. I think having Zabel might be very solid. Other things, corner. Do I want to go and get that next corner off the board? I don't know, man. The corners have so many question marks at this point. Because, like, Maxwell Harrison has that concern from 2021. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't looked into it yet. I haven't even watched him yet, to be honest.
It's weird. It's like it's an open case, but, like, there's really nothing else out there about it outside of, like, one person's side. So it's like, I don't even know. Know. And then, of course, you have like Revel, Morrison with their own, one coming off the ACL, one with like, is this hip even still functional at this point?
Good.
Right. Yep.
So it's like,
I know the Vikes fans want to trade down. That's another benefit of the Packers making that move.
I was going to say, it would have been nice if the Vikings
kind of
made
steal
that trade
package,
down.
that nice package from Minnesota, which is exactly what they want. And now it's like, okay, well, who's really coming up for who? It's a little harder.
Yeah. I mean, you could always... No. I mean, we got, Harmon on the board, right? Still, or is he gone? No, Derek Harmon's still here. Maybe I know they invested a lot, but they invested in some old heads there on the defensive material. So it's a thought that's out there. I think Zabel's probably the safer option. I think I'm going to go with Gray Zabel. I think he's a really good fit, too, just schematically.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you have a tackle goes, at least he has tackle experience. Do you want him out there in the NFL at tackle? Maybe, maybe not. But at least you have that emergency red
you got the
button.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the last missing piece on that offense, like, other than maybe quarterback, but... We'll see about that, but
we'll find out.
We just don't know. That's not even a JJ McCarthy shot. It's just we just literally have no idea.
I'm just saying, in one of my dynasty leagues, I have JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson, so fingers crossed.
There you go.
You can join my free WhatsApp group and see everything for yourself. Every trade, the exact time.
Oh, okay. No.
So the Vikings went and picked him up. Tackle. Now, I believe they should have got somebody like maybe a corner or a safety. But they do want to protect J.J. McCarthy. So I think this is a really good pickup. Not a flashy pickup, but this is a great pick for them so they can protect the young quarterback.
I love the pick. That's what I would do if I had stuck and picked for them. Okay, so Texans at 25. I'm going to take Derek Harmon here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do like the Booker option for them, but their interior, if you can just get a little bit more from that interior, like that with what we saw at the end of the year last year with that pass rush, like this defense, even if the offense is going through some things as they figure out the O-line and play caller and Tank Dell injury and all this stuff, man, that was a championship defense at the end of the year last year, and this just continues to lift that up. They brought in Sheldon Rankins because they want that role, but he has a hard time staying on the field to begin with. So, yeah. D. Harmon,
I like that. So for the Rams, I'm thinking, okay, Super Bowl.
This is a no-brainer for me, by the way, but I'm curious what you do.
Really
I'm between
good,
two. For me, it's either Emeka Ibuka or Colson Loveland. It is a pass catcher for Matthew Stafford. They brought back Tutu. They brought in Devontae Adams. So I feel like I think they probably really like Winnington as well. Of course, you have Puka. So it's like there's enough there for me to like, okay, well, Higbee, he's fine. But if I could get that guy that could be a big slot, that could have us in like a 12 personnel more often than not, just kind of give some diversity to the offense. So I think I'm going to go with Loveland.
Okay.
What was
my obvious pick is Josh Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. They brought back
he's really good.
Alaric. And I know like haven't signed up there in years, but he's still playing good football.
He remind me of
yeah. I'm betting against Havenstein being there much longer, and I just think Josh Simmons is supremely talented. He's a top 10 player with the outside of the injury for me.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
So, just for the Rams that aren't picking that quality of tackle or edge or defensive tackle type of guy, I think the fact that he's there because of the injury, I'm willing to risk that for them, but. I like the Loveland pick.
Let's see what
I mean, that's where my mind was like, okay, well, Stafford's only got a few more years left, so
shout out Smoke.
Let's try to maximize this as much as we can.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Okay, Ravens at 27.
A lot of edge players on the board.
Ibuka's just sitting there, but I'm willing to roll the dice with Bateman having a good year.
Yeah, they like Bateman a lot. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting D-Hop's there now.
I don't hate Booker for them.
No.
Voorhees, Ben Cleveland, Daniel Falele.
Two guys I really liked. Cleveland and Voorhees that are just...
Yep. Yeah, Voorhees still has potential. Falele was very up and down.
Yeah.
It's either that or edge. Like I feel like Michael Williams quietly isn't really their type. He's kind of that heavy-handed like 5-tech, which they've really become kind of like a classic 3-4 type of system where I don't think Michael Williams is a 3-4N, and I don't think he's a stand-up edge backer. So I think he's kind of an awkward fit. You also have, you do have Jalen Walker, who's just a super high upside dart throw there.
Yeah, Walker's going to be fascinating. It's either you're like, I've seen like, oh, he's top 10, and it's like, is he? Because there's enough there to scare me away that it's like, oh, he doesn't just doesn't develop.
You know what? I'm going to take the guy that I think is just the better football player, and that's Tyler Booker.
Okay.
I don't think Ravens fans are going to love that, but if this is me, that's just where I gravitate towards. Then kind of rolling the dice on just a.
I mean, you got Derrick Henry on one more year, so
yeah,
makes sense.
If you've recently been injured in a car accident that wasn't your fault, I've got one question for you. Do you know how to get the max?
Oh man! So now it's my turn to think about pass rush. Golly, Detroit Lions.
Got options.
I know.
Like every style that you could ask for here.
Yeah, right?
With the edge group, at least.
I love that they brought back Marcus Davenport on a cheap deal. Because, like, when healthy, he's really good. He's good. Let me reel back real quick.
He can't stay healthy. Like, come on.
Dude, that's he's become like, who was the corner the Chargers used to have?
Yeah.
It was like Vernette or something.
Yeah, Vernette.
Yeah. He had like one
Verrett.
crazy year, but could never stay healthy after that.
Yep.
Oh, it kind of feels like that's what Davenport is.
I mean, that was when the Vikings signed him. I mean, living in Minnesota, I try to tell these Vikings fans, like, don't get too excited about this signing. He's going to play 2 games for you, and that's exactly what happened. Literally repeat, copy, and paste for the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, get them a defensive line.
Who else do they have out there at edge? Because they cut
Zedarius.
If that's the case, like Mikael Williams is kind of interesting just because he gives you that high floor as a run stuffer. Because I mean, that's what those Georgia boys do. They stop the run. And I mean, hopefully you could. I mean, I imagine having Aiden Hutchinson opposite of you makes it a little bit easier to develop your pass rush. Yeah, they got really nothing else.
Jalen Walker.
Oh, they got Muhammad. He kind of turned it on late last year. Yeah,
I mean, they have a couple of those kind of heavy-handed types, but I don't think they're ever going to be done adding those types. That's what they love.
No,
and like interior, like kind of creeps back to mind just with the Liam McNeil with the late season injury. But they brought back on Wuzurike. They brought in Roy Lopez, like low key, good depth guy, former U of A great. I'm gonna go Mikael.
Okay. Yeah, he's their type. Okay, Washington. I think Josh Simmons still there. I just love Josh Simmons.
He's good,
but
and he's gonna fall into the Chiefs'
going to be there for a long time. I mean, this is one of those things where you have to have a conversation with them.
I will continue.
Can you play right tackle? Like, are you cool with it?
He played right tackle at San Diego State.
Oh, did he? Well, then that's taking him. And even if he doesn't play this year, like we can go with Wiley for a year. We saw that, but God, you could have the best 2 tackles in like the best tackle duo, at least from a pass protection standpoint in football there for Jaden.
Yeah, Josh Simmons sounds like
not the immediate win now pick,
and he's
you might hope for, but
they did that enough with their draft picks via trade.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're gonna go with Simmons?
Yep, going Simmons.
Okay. Oh man, that would have been nice for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Buffalo Bills, man. For me, Bills, it's either trenches or it's corner. You could talk about safety, but I mean, I like Derek Forrest. Kind of just got lost in the shuffle there when Dan Quinn got there. Who else they got? They drafted Colt Bishop in the 2nd round, so it's like, and they have like Taylor Rapp and whatnot. They have enough there.
I think if Starks were here, they would think about it.
Yeah,
he's that good. But other than that, I don't think they need to do it.
Yeah, we could talk about corner. I mean, like Revel's interest in here. Even Amos, actually. I keep forgetting Amos is in this class and not hurt.
You seem like you're kind of like me, where first round's kind of like fine, but don't need to force him into the top 20, or because I think he's going to be a lot of people's pick there. So I'm curious.
think with how many like defensive interiors just kind of flew off the board here, because usually like like at least seen in mocks, like all those guys are at the back end of the first. Like you'll see Walter Nolan, you'll see Derek Harmon, you'll see even Kenneth Grant there and available. So it's like it's just kind of a different animal. They brought in Bosa at edge. How do you pronounce it? Michael Hotet?
Hoyt.
Is it Hoyt? Oh my gosh, it's that easy?
I've always heard Hoyt. Yep.
Okay.
Like Hoit.
Yeah, he'll be back after 6 games. They still have Epinesa, so like there's enough to where it's like I feel barren at corner.
Yeah.
Like they legit just they brought in Dane Jackson. It's like cool. Can we get some competition there? So it's like the upside of Revel. I like it, but I feel like Amos is just a little safer, not coming off the ACL. I think he's even a more seasoned player, and I mean he's played a lot in the SEC. I mean, shoot, he only didn't start at Alabama because Kool-Aid and Terrion Arnold. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Amos.
I love that. A lot of Rasul Douglas in his game, but he's a better man-to-man player. So I love that. Right, Chiefs at 31. You know who I just love for them and for Spags is Nick Scorton.
Yeah.
My pro comp on him is George Karlaftis.
Bills need a corner anyway.
I think
that makes sense. Did
I pencil that in?
A&M just had their pro day recently, right? Or is it yet to happen?
I have it as 327. I haven't followed up with that. Yeah, this is actually big.
Yeah,
he has a big pro day. Let's see if we can find that.
Yeah, Texas A&M pro day, please.
Pro day results have been tough to come by this year.
Yeah, typically I follow Alex Katzen, because he has the nice little spreadsheet, but like waiting on final results, it's kind of
I don't know.
Let's see.
Either way, I'm gonna go Scorton for them. Just glossing over the board to make sure I'm not. I mean, Connerly is still there.
Let's see. I don't see any workouts from him. Or at least like drills.
Yeah, that's
probably
annoying.
did on the field stuff. I like Karlaftis as a comp there.
The Queens.
I probably should take Connerly. That's the responsible thing to do. But I just, man, like they do have
they have guys.
Yeah, I don't want another year of Mike Dana rushing off the edge on third downs. I just don't want that. So I'm gonna take Scorton. He's exactly what Spags likes.
I feel like they've done enough. Like, I don't want to say they've done enough. Like, you already know, like, Jawan Taylor's got one foot out the door.
Get good players
and
in the
is it going to be Wanya Morris over there at right tackle? I don't know about that, but I'm pretty optimistic about Jalen Moore, though.
Okay, I kind of am too. I don't know, just gut feeling.
Yeah, and that's honestly a pretty good contract. Like, consider because what it was just 2 years, $30 million, right?
Right.
So, Philadelphia Eagles, man, the world is my oyster. And I can do whatever the heckles I want.
There's a nice juicy Georgia defender sitting there.
Oh my gosh, dude, there is. Golly. And if I wanted him to go anywhere, this is probably the place to be. I mean, they brought in Uchi. They brought in who else did they bring in? Because
let me just say this: I already know that the Eagles is finna pick somebody 5, because that's all they do. I won't be surprised if they get a Georgia player again. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They always pick people that's players that's really, really good for the past like 5 years. So it's been crazy with the Eagles. This is why they won the Super Bowl. So let's see who they get with the 32nd pick.
I mean, they still got Huff there, but do they believe in Huff? Does Huff believe in Huff?
Dang, you just freaking buried Bryce Huff into the dirt.
Oh,
my boy, Bryce Huff. One NFL football player that follows me on Twitter.
I like Huff. I don't know what happened like last year. Like, he's a DPR. Just use him like a DPR.
Yeah.
I don't know. You would think with Hassan Reddick gone, that's your Reddick, right?
You would think.
I'm pretty. Oh yeah, they brought in Azeez Ojulari. We'll see how healthy he can stay. Okay, maybe I'm not too encouraged with everything they brought in.
Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly.
Yeah, I think, Walker. This is just exceptional value. Walker makes sense. And he's Georgia. Makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
You like the NFL draft. Matter of fact, you love the NFL draft, which means you're going to love senior and Trump. And when you do,
hilarious.
Well, so that's the first round. Like I said, I'm going to give y'all the second round on the next episode. Let me know what y'all like. Let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know how y'all feel about it. Yeah.
South Jersey music. Yeah. Bitch, I'm all aboard when it comes to money. I'm on go when it comes to money. Early bird nigga get the worm. Why he always up, ain't no concern.